for staying with us. Welcome back to the program. Don't let us talk too much. You're already aware of what we're talking about. The Vice President said the President is not aware of what happened until Saturday evening. Perhaps the same way that a whole lot of Nigerians got the news is the same way the President got the news. So we're dissecting the issues, the politics of it, the dynamics of what this brings to the table, especially as we're 30 days to the 2019 elections. My partner tonight, Mr. Pt.2, an experienced senior lawyer in Nigeria, and also Mr. Onnoghen is a member of the PDP, a lawyer also. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on the program. So before we went on that break, you were saying that the President needs not to be aware, but the process, if the President is not aware, shouldn't that be a point of concern for the federal government?
Well, I think one of the matter of this government is to fight corruption in all ramification, and I want to believe that they must have already have their brief that irrespective of whosoever may be, just you have to do your work, and I want to believe that that is what is at play here. That the issue of some allegation of corruption is already on the ground. And the best thing I need to do, particularly if I'm EFCC, if I'm police or CC, that is Code of Conduct Bureau or Code of Conduct Tribunal, is to do what is expected. And mind you, the coordinating unit, which I want to believe, the Attorney General of Federation, I'm sure, cannot claim that it's not aware.
Let me put it right on the spot. Yeah. If you were the Attorney General of the Federation, if you're going to try the number 5 citizen, would you brief the President who appointed you?
Well, I need not brief the President. I need not brief the President, particularly if I'm a chief law officer. All I need to do is to consult with my lawyer, to consult with my law, and what is needed, I have to do.
Ilemana, do you agree with that?
I don't agree, and I don't agree.
If you were the Attorney General, what would you
do? You will brief the President. I don't agree, particularly when we're at stages like this. For one, you're a few days before a major election where such a move has major political connotations and is open to all sorts of interpretation. One. For two, where there are knotty political issues, legal issues that you have to navigate, where there are, fine lines, constitutional provisions. For three, where the law itself stipulates a two-step process that you have to follow, which involves another arm of government. So there's so much that makes me say I don't agree.
In truth, that the President is not aware, what would you say?
I would say that it is one of two things. It is one of a possible likely set of scenarios. One is a President who doesn't care. Two, it is a government where officials disregard the orders of the President. Or it is the President's men simply not telling us the truth.
If you see the body language of the Vice President, and what he said, he's a senior advocate of Nigeria, a professor of law, and he did say that he's sad about the incident and that the President was unaware. So absolving the executive arm of government of the action that was taken.
No.
What does that tell you?
The Attorney General serves at the pleasure of the executive. He serves at the pleasure of the executive. So the executive arm of government is not absolved. And even after the Vice President has made the statement that they are saddened by what is going on, really, has there been a stop in the action? Has there been a review of the processes?
What would you have done if you were in his shoes?
The law is very clear. Our law is very clear. You cannot go against the Attorney General, against the Chief Justice of the Federation in this manner, or indeed any other judge. You have to first of all go to the authority that is given the first set of responsibilities to discipline to the NJC.
All right.
If I was the one, that's what I'll be asking. Go back and follow the process.
If you were the President and you were watching on TV that the CJN is going to be arraigned, what would you do?
That worries me. Worries me. It worries me because you haven't followed the process. Now, assuming this arraignment...
If you were the President, what would you do?
Let me first of all itemize what the concern is. If this arraignment goes on and then the judge goes through the process, goes through the trial, is then found not guilty, how does he go back and adjudicate over matters concerning millions of Nigerians without, that cloak of impartiality?
Okay. Mr. Ajula, weighing on this one. As it stands right now, does it worry you the manner in which this case was handled from the beginning, from the moment of where the petition was taken to the CCB and how it was taken to the CCT. Are you worried about that?
No, I'm not worried. Particularly, this thing depends on the narratives and what one chooses to believe. The essence of it is this. I know many senior lawyers, even junior lawyers, have been raising the issue that you did not need to touch the CJN, that is Chief Justice of Nigeria. You need not to prosecute him or not, citing different authorities. But from my own understanding of law, and before saying that, I want to believe that this matter is in the court. I'm not going to dabble on the legality of what really happened. But let's look at the procedure. It's so clear. The Constitution, which is the grand norm, it is so clear that when it comes to interpreting the Constitution, you give it a literary meaning. Literary meaning of the Constitution is so clear, particularly when it comes to Code of Conduct Bureau and how to fill the asset declaration. And even as at 2013, the present Chief Justice of Nigeria, with Justice Bata Ogunbiyi, Akas and Co., really gave a judgment, particularly on the legality of the Code of Conduct Bureau, Tribunal, saying that it's quite exclusive, different from any other thing, and the exclusivity of that is so clear.
Should the case be taken to the agency first?
No. This is, mind you, when it comes to, you have to check the constitutional provision. When it comes to asset declaration, any issue arising for asset declaration should first go to Code of Conduct.
Should you discipline or sue or prosecute?
No, and another thing, let me try to explain one thing.
A judicial officer,
no, please,
without the consent, considering the judgment in the case of Justice Ngajiwa.
The first question you should ask ourselves is this: what are you trying to establish with Code of Conduct Tribunal? This is the issue. The CJ, and that's Chief Justice of Nigeria, is alleged. It's not being alleged that you have some issue with your declaration, either false or not. The only authority in Nigeria, as empowered by the Constitution, to find out what actually happened is CCTV, BBC, and Code of Conduct Tribunal. And without that, you need to establish that. After that, NJC can now take over to see what happened.
We need to go now. We need to go now. And I want, help me, in 10 seconds each. They say withdraw this case. Those are some of the position of the lawyers. Do you think that should be done?
I think we need to help the Chief Justice of Nigeria to establish his liability here. Right. So they need not
withdraw it. Withdraw it immediately. Right. And that's simple. Follow the law. They're laid down. You just cited Nganjiwa's case, which addressed what the procedure for prosecuting or disciplining judges is. Withdraw it, follow the process. All right. It's very straightforward. Thank you so much.
We're out of time. I wish we could touch on the politics of all of this and what it means for our election, but we're out of time. Thank you so much, Ilamona Onnoghen, member of the PDP, and a lawyer, Mr. Kayode Ajula, former National Secretary of the Labour Party and a lawyer. Thank you so much for coming on tonight on the program. Well, everyone, that's our show for today. We hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Shion Kimale. Bye-bye.